Computer. Okay. Hi, guys. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Yes, finally Friday.
Woohoo. And it's a 3-day weekend.
I know Memorial Day came quick.
Yeah, it sure did.
Good.
It sure did. So today, on today's episode, we're going to talk about spiritual burnout
Yes.
and what that may look like for you or for somebody else. Um, some of the things involved. How did we get to this point? Uh, wait, how did I get here?
Right.
Um, and some things that you can do to kind of make yourself feel better and de-stress and then
Hmm. Yep.
step back
Sounds
and
good.
reevaluate your own beliefs.
Yeah. And where
And
you're going and where you want.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So that's what we're talking about
All
today.
right.
I
It's
hope
gonna
you
be
guys
a good
stay
one.
tuned.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a good one.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I have just been feeling um not disgusted because that's a little strong, but just like disenchanted with the spiritual community lately. We've talked about the creators and the influencers fighting amongst
Yeah.
themselves, telling people they're not doing things correctly, rods, cards, channeling, whatever it may be, pendulum. And so for me, I unfollowed a lot of accounts.
Mhm.
I because I have to ultimately I'm responsible for myself and my own
Right.
behavior and what I'm consuming,
Hmm.
not physically, but mentally and spiritually.
Right.
So, I've noticed that some of those larger spiritual content creators, their ego, they're working for, they're working in a more egocentric space than they were previously.
Hmm.
So I went through and I just was like, nope, 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 unfollow, unfollow, unfollow.
Right.
And so I meditated on it, and they basically took me back to being an infant when you really have no beliefs. You're
Hmm.
told, you're given your name, although we choose it. We help our parents choose it, but that's another topic. Um, and so you're kind of, your parents kind of create your first identity of yourself. And your beliefs, we usually get our beliefs from our parents and how we were raised. Sometimes we're born into a religion. I was raised Catholic. You were also raised Catholic.
Hmm.
So we're given, a name, a social security number, and we're kind of told how the world works. And so I was shown just to strip all that away.
Okay.
And I've gone back to this basic beliefs, one in a higher power.
Hmm.
So whether you call that God, creator, source, whatever sacred title resonates with you. But yeah, so that, and then also laws of the universe,
Hmm.
because those don't go away. And then also quantum physics. We have like physical earth laws,
Right.
gravity, I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah.
That's how I'm staying in this chair right here. I'm not floating up. So, and because I've noticed in the last week or two, I'm really questioning, like I'll stop myself.
Hmm.
False belief, why do I even think that's not true? Like when you say like I always do such and such or I never do such and such, you're just quantifying that statement, which isn't true. And you have to get to the bottom of like where did this come from?
Right.
Um, and so that's what I've done. I've taken it back to the basics
Hmm.
and um, backed off on other spiritual creators and relying on myself.
Right.
and the
Okay.
information that I'm receiving, my intuition, because ultimately I'm in this is my universe, and you have your universe, YO universe as
Right.
well, and we're kind of the center of this. And this show called Earth and Life is going on around us, but that doesn't mean we have to buy into their propaganda
Right. Right.
of it all
Hmm.
and just find out what we truly believe at our core. Like
Right.
what are core beliefs?
Hmm.
And then, where did they come from? Why are you thinking like that? Why am I thinking like that? And just examining. It's like a self-examination.
Right. It's like going back to basics, like you said, and just kind of like starting over again. I know some people don't know the difference between spiritual burnout and just life.
That's a
So
good point.
yeah,
Yeah. I
so
mean,
I've seen that on social media too, where people are just really frustrated and tired and they are burnout. And they're like, I don't know in what aspect, where is it all at? Is it all together? Is it separate? Is it my home life, my family, my job, my kids, um, my social life? People don't know. So I think a lot of people are just kind of like wandering around trying to figure it out.
yeah.
That's what I'm seeing. I actually have a few friends who are like, I don't even know where this is coming from. I don't know if it's spiritual. I don't know if it's just life in general. I don't know if it's what I'm seeing on TV that's making me feel like this. Where is this coming from? So I think that that's the first thing. Like for you, it must be spiritual because you're the one that's kind of doing some housekeeping and
Yeah.
cleaning up and getting rid of some social media. And
Yeah.
that's a good thing. Or just staying off social media for a
Yeah.
little while until
Yeah.
you're
I kind of just go on and I do my posts
right. That's what I've
and
been
then I
doing.
go off. And
And I
then I've been, doing other things to occupy. There's always something to do.
Right.
So,
Well, and you've got to find what makes your heart sing. If you're doing some kind of spiritual work and it just isn't really working for you and you're not finding any joy in it, you need to put that on the back burner and
hmm,
take a break from it and see if this is sometimes we outgrow some of the things that we did a
we
year or 2
do.
years ago. And
We
it's time
do.
to move on to something else. So a lot of people, I know that there's some people that I used to know back in the day and they did a lot of spiritual work, readers and healers and things like that. And they're not even doing it anymore. And one friend, I reached out to her, not that long ago, and I said, "How come you're not doing any more readings?" And she said, "It just didn't feel like it did before. I used to look forward to doing readings and meeting new people." And she said, "I just am not in it." So she took a back seat, got a retail job, and she's still there. She's not doing anything on the side. So, and she's happy. So I don't know.
Yeah, you got to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're the center of your world.
Mhm.
So,
And when you
and
know it and realize it and acknowledge it, then it's time to make those steps to
yeah,
doing
yeah.
better
So
and
if
getting back on
yeah,
it.
and if things are making you feel bad, then don't take that content in.
Right.
Just uh, usually Instagram is my happy place. I follow like, just spiritual counts here and there, but there's like cute things, there's pet things,
Yeah.
there's, funny things. And so I really had to tailor that into to get rid of those other accounts that were
Right.
not bringing me joy
Right. Right.
and were causing me stress because everyone's freaking bickering between one another and
Right. Right.
uh but yeah, just a lot of ego right now in the
Mm-hmm. It
like
sure
look
is.
what happened with Deepak Chopra. I mean,
I
and the
know.
Epstein files,
Mhm. Yeah.
I
And
was
I've actually,
like as soon as that came out, I was like unfollow. I don't care what your
yeah.
excuse is, there is no excuse for that.
I went to Point Loma a couple years ago with Jamie, and we listened to him speak. He was at Olivia's college, and we
Mm.
got to go and listen to him speak, and he's quite charming. And
Mm-hmm.
and when I heard about him and the Epstein files and that whole thing, I don't remember it word for word, but I remember thinking to myself, I could see how somebody could be pulled in by this guy because he literally was very charming
Mm-hmm.
and he had an answer for every question and it seemed to be the right one. He was well spoken and intelligent. So I was like, huh, okay, I could see where somebody would fall for it. And apparently they probably did. So
They
I'm like you
probably
though.
did.
I just don't want anything to do with that.
No, it's
No.
it's it's not even worth,
Right.
once I heard that, it's just like it negates all the good that
I know.
he may have done. I don't
Yeah.
know. So, um, yeah, just really disillusioned with people.
Right. I know. Oh, I know.
Especially in the spiritual community, because you have a responsibility to your
Hmm.
followers and your clients, um, to not. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just it's disheartening, and
You know what I'm seeing too, and I'm guilty of it as well, where there's been a few spiritual pages that I followed. I mean, and I like pages that post stuff that you're gonna learn from and get something out of. And I also like the stuff that's got the wicked sense of humor because I think that shit's funny. And we all need a little good laugh in the morning or throughout the day or what have you.
yes.
But some of those pages are starting to post political stuff, and,
Uh,
and I've done it on my page, um, and and I like some of the answers that they give. They're like, I am a spiritual person, but I also have a voice, and I'm going to use my voice. And if
right.
you choose to unfollow me, I totally understand. And I like their comeback. No one's been rude and said, "Hey, well, go fuck yourself. You don't need to follow my page." They've all made a point that they are human and they're not happy with the way things are going in America. And so
Yeah.
they're letting their people know that, hey, I'm aware of what's going on. I don't approve of it. I don't like it. And I'm using my voice. And so some of those pages I still follow. There's a few that have gotten kind of like ugly with some people. I think there was one that, was calling people names and stuff like that, which I thought was funny because I just thought, their anger spilled out
Yeah.
into the people
Yeah.
following them. But my thought is if you don't like what someone's posting, you don't need to go into the comments. You don't just unfollow.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. You don't need to like comment on it, just unfollow. And some people are like, "Oh, I thought this was a spiritual page." And then people are like, "I am spiritual, but I also have a voice and I'm gonna use it."
Yeah.
So a lot
Yeah.
of people are doing that as well. I've noticed that a few times too. Even on some of my animal rights stuff, people are starting to get a little bit political, not as much as the spiritual, but somewhat a little bit. So I
Right.
just think that people are pretty frustrated with what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that does bring
Absolutely.
some burnout with
Yeah.
life in general. So you just got to be who you are, speak your mind, and stand up for what you believe in. And if people don't like it, don't like it.
That's on them.
Right. That's
If
exactly
you're
it.
being true to yourself,
Then what's the problem?
yeah.
If someone doesn't,
Yeah.
not you cannot make everyone happy. There's going to be people
No, 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 of course
for
not.
whatever reason. Um, I was going to tell you this that I had gotten something on my nonprofit page about content. Remember I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then there is no such thing as coincidence. To me, that's God's way of remaining anonymous. And sometimes there's some wicked people out there that do a little bit of the dirty work. So then I got a notification on my personal page from something that I posted in 2015. And I
Oh,
thought, who the
Jesus.
hell has time
To
to
go
go
through.
and find a post that they felt was inappropriate? I don't know what it was because Facebook wouldn't let me see it.
Right.
Then I got another notification on the Mindful Lotus saying that I was doing this, this, and this from 2017. And I thought there are some bored motherfuckers out in
Yeah.
this world who have nothing better to do. So I thought, you know what? Hey, at least I'm getting some attention somewhere. So,
Yeah. I mean, we're
but
not the
that's
same
like,
people we were
right, right.
10,
And
11 years ago.
I don't. I don't think that I post anything that's inappropriate. I mean, it's not, there's no one naked. I'm not, I don't even know what it was, but uh, it, I don't know what it was. But my mind is like, who would go back that far and then report me? So I don't know what that was about. I still don't. And I'm just like, oh, at least I got a little bit of attention from something back in 2017. Thank you. That's how crazy this world has gotten.
Yeah,
And
I don't, yeah, it's,
it'll cause burnout and all
mhm,
across the board in your life. It
yeah,
just will. But you can't
yeah,
let I just let that shit roll off my back and I'm just like, okay, so they've, restricted me from this, that, and the other. All right, well, I'll wait my month suspension and then I'll just go back to doing what I do,
yeah.
you know?
You're in Facebook jail.
Well, but I'm still posting. So I don't
You've
really know.
restricted posts or something.
Oh no, no, it's still posting. It said that I was restricted from this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, then put me in Facebook jail. I don't really give a shit. I'm only on there to post in the morning
Yeah.
when so, but I've been posting. So I don't know. I'm just saying that somebody got on their high horse and decided that I was doing something inappropriate. I wish I knew what it was so I could
I
repost
do
it again.
too. I'm curious now.
I want to repost it again.
I don't
So,
think that's fair. If you're accused of an inappropriate post, they should share the post with you since it's been
and
so
why?
long. Like,
And why?
and why? And why
Why?
that violates community standards.
Mhm.
That
So
just seems like,
that I most likely got from someone else.
yeah.
Because I'm a thief like that too.
Yes, you are, Angie. Meant to talk to you
Yeah,
about that.
it just, people are just weird. It's just a weird time. But yeah, spiritual burnout is definitely
Mm-hmm.
on the top of the list for a lot of people, and burnout in
Yeah.
general. So
Yeah.
how do you make yourself feel better? What do you do?
Well, first I just walk away from it
Right.
and um and give the power back to myself. We're letting other people dictate what we believe and what we think,
Mhm.
and that's not the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to like take in the information and then look at all sides of the information and then make a informed decision or judgment about, the thing that
Right.
you're looking at. Um, for me, I back away and then I'll just not check out, but do something like read
Mhm.
or I'm a big puzzler. I like crosswords and things like that. So I have a little book or I'll do it online or something. And just because while I'm doing that, it just relaxes my nervous system
Right.
and it just makes me feel better and it's good for my brain and it's enjoyable and I like it. So I just do something that I like if I felt like, or I'll get in the kitchen,
Hmm.
and I'll make something, or I'll do jewelry. I'll create something because that feels good too,
Hmm.
creating things. So yeah, I'm just doing that. It's until it passes. It's such a weird time right now. It just really is. And I try to remind myself, you signed up for this. This is exciting. This is like the world is changing before our eyes. But we're just caught in the muck right now. And it's ugly out there. Or it can be. I guess it depends on your perspective. But it's
Right.
hard to have a rosy, sunny disposition when we're seeing all just the atrocities
Hmm. The
across the
corruption,
globe, not just in the United States.
it's everywhere. It just
There's
got bad.
trafficking everywhere.
It is bad.
And and I put my faith in a time when kids and women don't have to worry
Mm.
about walking to their cars, and being alone in their homes and they're not going to get, you know, bugged or you never know what can happen.
Right. There's
So
they're just it's just hard, especially when you have kids, to look at things in a positive sometimes because you want to protect your kids from the wickedness going on in the world. And I don't mean in the dark sense. I'm talking, well, that too, but I mean in all aspects. Like you can't send, it's scary to send your kid to school.
Right.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of teacher you've got in that classroom anymore. You don't know the food that they're eating. There's bullying. So, those things, that wears on a parent.
Yeah.
And, and,
Well,
and
and a grandparent.
the
You
grandparent,
you
yeah.
you've got Delilah, so she's going
I
to
think
be
about her.
going off to school before you know it.
Right. If Taylor lets her out of her sight, Taylor might be going back to school too. I don't know. But that's one of the ways that I've been trying to make myself feel better is going outside in my garden, let the sun
Yeah.
in my face, looking at my flowers and think that they just bloom regardless. You know, um, Being around Delilah because she just sees everything with a smile on her face.
Yeah.
Um, she doesn't like. There's one commercial that she doesn't like. It's a ranch dressing commercial, and she just does not like that. So,
She cry.
but she's so happy all the time, and just the simplest things make her smile. And I look at her and I think, wow, I wish I could see things through her eyes. That's
Yeah. Yeah. I wish, part of me wishes that the illusion was still in place, but there's no closing up that can of worms.
right. And like you, I
So,
get in the kitchen and start cooking, making some herbal mess.
yeah. Yeah, just being creative.
Yeah,
Using that your mind power and your intuition and just making something out of what whatever you're working on, whether that's like your potions and
yeah, my little.
tinctures.
But when I'm cooking, it reminds me that I have a family to cook for.
Hmm.
I have stuff in my cupboard to cook.
You have
So,
money to buy the
so I look at those things,
ingredients.
much gratitude and love. And so I put all the love I can into that meal because I'm grateful that I have someone to cook for. And I want to. And, so those are things that bring me joy and kind of like a little bit reset. But I'm like you. I'm spiritually burnt out. I just don't know which direction to go into. Um, so I don't know. I'm just kind of sitting there waiting for a little direction from spirit and seeing which way I'm supposed to go. But I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be right now. That's exactly how I feel, at least.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just make the best of it.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of got to the root of what I was feeling with the
Mhm.
burnout and just getting rid of the creators that were it was more about spectacle and show.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about that with the card readers that are flipping cards. I like the card readers that lay them out. They kind of think about things for a second. They're looking at the cards. They're not just pulling cards and going, oh, well, this is like, oh, he's coming back to you. He's thinking about you. And I'm just like, oh my God, be quiet.
Yeah.
Be
No,
quiet. So yeah, just yeah,
I know. I
cleaning
know.
house, so to speak, spiritually, and just wiping out, just like let's start at the beginning.
Right.
Let's start at the beginning. What do I believe to
Yeah.
be true? And every time like I said, I'm working on this. Every time something pops up, I'm like, that's just a belief.
Hmm.
That's not that's not a universal law. That's just a belief I have. Then I kind of trace it back
Hmm.
and tell myself that that's not true.
Right. You just
And
need to take a step back, recharge.
rewiring my thinking pattern, I think, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah. But some people need to take a time away from it, take a step back, reset, recharge,
Hmm.
kind of think over your path and where you've been going. And since that doesn't seem to be working, then you try and figure out a new path,
Yeah.
maybe a little different,
Yeah.
or, just start something new.
Hmm.
Get a book on something different. Because sometimes I feel like I've kind of outgrown a few things.
Hmm.
So, and if they don't
Yeah.
feel right, then don't do it.
Yeah. Just recalibrating
Mhm.
my thinking and but I'm also a Scorpio, so we like to delve in deep with feelings and reasons why we do things, and we're, you know, the great like transformers of the zodiac because we get down and dirty with our emotions and ourselves and our shadow,
Right.
and just roll in the mud with it,
Yeah.
you
I
know?
know. Yeah.
Um, so I don't know if that's why I'm like the way I am or not, but yeah, I'm just
Just a
we're
little
just
burnout.
trying to figure it out the best we can.
Yeah. Yeah. Not me. I'm the same way. I'm the exact same way. I'm just kind of riding through this time right now because that's all I got.
That's
You know?
all you can do. Just hang on for dear life, people.
Yeah. I
Hang
just
on
know
for dear life.
when I see an Instagram post that comes across that I don't follow the page, but something like comes up, I don't know, in your feed, I guess, and I see a store and it makes my heart warm because I was like, oh man, I loved it. So I know that that feeling's still there. That I
Yes.
don't think to myself, oh, I'm glad I'm not in my store anymore. I'm glad I closed it. I look around because they'll do videos and I'm like, oh, I remember when we had that or I carried that. And it just makes me happy all over again. So that feeling for me in a shop is still there. Will I do it? I don't know. But it's still that feeling I get, that happiness, that joy I get is still there from that. And when I see other people's posts when they're doing some, circles and especially talking circles, that I think it takes me back. I'm
Yeah.
reminiscing and reminding
Yeah.
myself what that was like, and it does feel good. So those are things that I think are still that flame is still there. It just needs to be reignited, I guess, or something. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just kind of sitting and waiting for some guidance from spirit myself.
Well, it'll be interesting to
Yeah.
see what happens.
So I was guided to my first store and I was guided to the second store. So I just figure if I'm supposed to do that, it'll happen again. You know,
Do you really think you're supposed to do that again?
I don't know. I don't know if I am. I mean, I'm not going to go out and do it myself. It's got to be opportunity has to present itself like it did before
Right.
for me to do it. So it's not
Right.
anything that I'm actively pursuing. I'm not looking at, empty buildings or I'm not doing any of that because I don't feel that that's right for me right now. Will it be in the future? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm literally just going day by day. I'm just going with the flow because I am
Yeah.
burned. I
Yeah.
was towards the end when we were closing. I was
Oh,
tired
yeah. And
and
I
it,
was moving too.
yeah,
That was just that whole time of closing the shop and then packing up my own house
right.
was just,
It was
it
exhausting.
was the hardest. Let's see, March, April, May, 4 months it was for me
Mhm.
because I not only packing one house is only half the battle.
Right.
And you got to get to the new house and then you got to unpack all your shit and
Right.
where's everything going to go? And
And you're in a
it,
new place.
oh my God, I don't wish that on anyone.
But
That
that
was
was
like the
exciting.
hardest thing that's the
That
hardest thing that I've done in a long time.
was exciting. It was a very exciting time. I remember
It
being excited
was.
for
It was
you.
super exciting. I remember when I told you that we got the house in the shop and we were doing
Yeah.
little happy dances
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I was like, wow. So no,
Yeah, so no,
and there's more
no,
good
and
to
I'm grateful. I am grateful for being able to do that and to have the resources to move across the country. Um, which
right.
I think I still stand by that decision for sure.
Mhm.
Um,
You have no regrets.
no, none. Especially come
Right.
when I went back, it just like the energy was just
Off, wrong, bad.
that's why they say you can never go home again because it just feels weird.
Right.
It just felt weird the whole time. If I it felt like a stranger in a city that I lived in for 20 plus years. So,
Well,
and a state that I grew up in.
right.
Um,
Yeah, it's sad to see
but
what's going on in our state, but we'll work through it and we'll manage and something will come across and we'll either take that opportunity or we'll just let it pass us by and find something else, I guess. I don't know. I'm just waiting like everyone else.
yeah, it's kind of an uncertain future,
Right,
especially opening a business.
right.
I personally wouldn't start anything right now, but
I
that's
know.
just me.
I wouldn't
I
either. Mm,
it's just
no,
it's too volatile right now. I just
people are
don't know
struggling.
where we're going with everything.
Mm. And
So,
that's why I don't
um,
think about doing that right now because it just doesn't feel right. I would be scared, and that's
oh
not a,
yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't definitely not do that now. But will I ever? I don't know. I mean, will I do have a Reiki place anymore? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm everything that I do is at my house. What little I do, but I'm just gonna wait it out. Like I said, I know I've said that like 3 times now, but
No,
that's
but I
all I have. I don't. I
yes.
mean, I can
You
only
you
work with what I know, what I who I am, and try. And I probably have to figure out myself too. So to get rid of this spiritual burnout that I'm suffering from.
yeah, it's for me just going within. So if people are struggling, I would I would say back off social media,
Mhm.
clean up your following, who you're following, and concentrate on the accounts that make you happy. And then I like to learn too. So I follow this new astrologer and she talks about um it's just really interesting. She brings in like Greek mythology and just because we're in like a Uranus Kazemi right now. Do you know what a Kazemi is?
Huh.
A
No.
Kazemi is when the planet gets as close, is in like engulfed by the sun. It gets as close to the sun as it can. And it's called like the heart of the sun. So it
Okay.
gets blasted with this solar energy. Um, so we got that going on. And she just explains, she just I don't know, she just brings stories into it. It's like super interesting to me. So those are the accounts that I'm more interested in following. It's not more like I've channeled this information from the Galactic Federation or the Council of Light, and it's actual like information, real
Right. Right.
verifiable information,
Right.
but in the form of a story. So she's really good. I like that. I will put her Instagram in the description if anyone wants to check her out. I
Okay.
like
Yeah.
her a lot.
Oh, good.
Not your usual astrology
Mhm.
person because she it's just so interesting. I just love it. So just look
Okay.
for stuff like that that
Yeah.
lights you
Something
up.
else.
That you that's kind of like astrology is spiritual. So I'm just kind of going outside my comfort zone a little bit spiritually. But I don't know how much more outside I can go. It's just,
I
I'm
don't
already
know.
on the fringe.
I know. I know. So this is good information, though. This is good.
Yeah, yeah. So
Unfollow.
yeah,
Get.
we feel you guys. We're going through it too. Spiritual teachers and practitioners are not immune to this. We just know that there's something else uh going
Yeah.
on behind the scenes that we might not be made aware of right at this particular time, and we may not need to know right at this time. We just have to do the best that we can with what's going on right in front of us.
Yeah. So just take it easy. Don't be too hard on yourself. I remember Steve, a friend of mine, Steve, who's no longer with us, would say, "I'm just going to go home and take a salt bath."
Yeah,
He would
yeah,
soak.
self-care.
Yes. So basically, that's it. That's where I was going with it. It's a lot of self-care. Go and get yourself, manicure, pedicure, take care of yourself. Buy that perfume that makes you happy. Buy that outfit. Buy that it's something for yourself. I'm obviously don't go buy. Well, you can. I mean, like a $2,000 purse, but I mean, I wouldn't do that. It's about giving yourself some joy back, and if those things bring you joy, go. I love going to the garden center and loading up on plants and flowers, and then I plant them and I go out there in the morning with my coffee and they're there. Things like that are just simple and they're not expensive. You could go buy some nice plants, get some herbs, use them in your kitchen, something to give yourself some joy
Yeah,
and get over that burnt out.
they need to develop like an herb. co-op or something where you could trade, you just give little clippings and, oh, what do you have got?
We had it here in Elsinore for a while, but the lady she got burnout. Yeah, she got real burnt out. And because it got big and it got to be a little bit too much,
Right.
and there was fighting amongst the gardeners. And I just thought, you got to be kidding me. But I think that you're going to have those, and those are the people that you weed out, so to speak. And
Ha ha ha.
yeah. But that's what happened. So she doesn't do it anymore, because it just took away her joy. She got tired of
Yeah.
burnt out of the fighting.
It's the
And
people that ruin it for you. It
you
just,
know, when you have a problem with someone, that's when you just say, you know what, I don't need this here. I don't
yeah.
want you either get a grip on yourself and you be kind to others, or get the fuck out. That's it. And but no one wants to do that because they want to be kind. And there's nothing wrong with being kind, but some people need to be dealt with, you know. So you don't want them to ruin it. So yeah, that got ruined over a garden.
Over plants and herbs. That's crazy. People
But
can't
it
even
does
get
happen.
along just.
Right. Yeah, well, this person took too much, and it was supposed to be divided amongst 8 people, and then they were going to distribute it through the community because it was a huge garden, and it got just beat to shit by people. So we don't have it anymore.
On that happy note.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that there's things that you could do for
Yeah.
some people.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't mean always going and shopping and spending money. You could
No.
take in a bath, you
No, you
know,
can paint your nails at home. You don't
right?
have to go to get a fancy,
No,
soak your feet in a bucket of
but I
Epsom
prefer
salt.
somebody else do it for me myself. But I love sitting there and it's just a time away. It's relaxing,
Hmm.
and I like it. I like going and getting my feet and my hands and my hooves, I call them. Um, but just something like that, just to get your mind off of social media and where you're at spiritually, and just go and take care of yourself. Like I said,
Yeah.
soaking about. What is that?
Yes.
I love going to the health food store too, the local health food store, and looking
Hmm.
at stuff on the market, and picking up a magazine that has all these things that I have no idea what they are. And then I read up on them and then I go and look at them. There's just stuff, it's just educational for me. I don't have to buy anything, but
Right.
and I will go and we'll like, oh, we remember reading about that. We're reading the label and then we'll do a little bit more research. And if it's something we want, then we go and buy it. There's just stuff that you could do to get yourself out of
Yeah.
it.
Get yourself out of your funky funk.
Yep, yep. So if you have any, people should let us know what they're feeling too, because I'm interested.
Yeah. Is anyone else feeling burnt out? I mean, not just spiritually, but I just try to hold the faith that nothing lasts forever.
This too shall
So,
pass.
yeah, this too shall pass.
Hmm.
I hope you're not hearing that. My computer has decided to update OneDrive as we're talking. So, I
Anyway, that was good.
apologize if you
That's
guys
good.
can hear that, but
This is good. This is
yeah,
good information.
yeah. So,
Thank you. Okay.
yeah, just let us know how you guys are feeling
And again, if you have
and where
anything
you're
you
at.
want to talk about, let us know. We're
Yeah,
interested in what subject you might, be interested in, or maybe you need some help or some assistance. We could try, but can't
yeah,
guarantee.
yeah,
Let us know.
yeah. Give it a shot.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Angie.
Thank you, Leslie, and I
All
will see you.
right,
I hope you have a
guys.
wonderful weekend.
Yes, have a
Oh,
great.
it's raining. It's raining where you're at,
Yeah,
so
it's raining where we're at. That's kind of ruined Memorial Day weekend for people around here, but
well, you
um
needed it. We need rain here,
we
but
need rain for the fire hazard for
yeah.
sure. We were in a drought, so land-wise, the land needs water so it doesn't burn. So
All righty.
yeah. All right, you guys. We
Thank
will
you.
see you next week.
Yeah, thank you for being with us. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye bye.